Okay, this is part 2 of my independence rant. I just had a girl leave on my status that um what did she say? She said that because I had posted what I had talked about on my earlier video, that independent women look down on men who are less than them. And she thinks that comes from the root of independence. That does not come from the root of independence. That shit comes from the root of ignorance. If you look down on somebody who you think is not established enough for you, or who doesn't meet your standard, I personally find that ignorant. I don't think that comes from somebody being too independent. Because if you look at in reverse, when a man is capable of taking care of himself, he is praised. When was the last time you ever in your life heard a man being too independent? When did you see a poll taken? When did you see any of that? A man who is able to have his own and take care of himself is a celebrated individual. And nobody can dispute me on that. I don't give a damn how much you try. When was the last time you heard of a man having too much money, having too many degrees, whatever that you think defines independence? I'm just naming out some things that I know people equate to being independent. That's not all I think an independent person is, but those are just a few situations that people think equate to independence. When was the last time you ever heard of a guy being talked about in a negative light? You never hear that. If a man chooses to not run with anybody, he is celebrated. If a man is able to take care of himself, if he have children, if he is able to take care of his children, he is never, ever criticized. I've yet to hear a person talk about a man being too independent. I've never. And like I said, if you find me a case, find me a freaking case. But I'm so sick and tired of somebody being able to provide for themselves looked down upon, especially a female. It is nothing, and I'm tired of it. It is nothing wrong with a woman knowing how to take care of herself and hold her own. Now, in my opinion, it is wrong for a woman to just automatically cut somebody out her life who doesn't make as much money as she do, who may not be as educated as she is. But that's between her and that other person. You know what I mean? Her and that other person. And like I said, that comes from the root of ignorance, in my opinion, or the root of somebody who is just, really stuck on themselves. That does not come from somebody being independent, because those two are separate. And I just want to come in real quick and finally finish giving my point on that. Was like I said, you can go through a list of rich men now. Go through a list of rich, black, educated men now, and tell me who in the hell is criticized for being too independent. Who the hell is being criticized for having too much money? For not being married? For being single? Tell me.